Hello and welcome back to the Remembering Tuscola webcast. I'm David Porter. I'm here with Bill Englehardt and Bob Taylor and Alan Michener. Seems like somebody's missing today.
No, I think we've got a full house.
Yeah.
All the right ones anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we're missing the great one. So probably a little less chatter today.
Well, we had some pretty good chatter ahead of time anyway.
Yeah.
We did. We've been going at it for 45 minutes already and
Yeah.
should have turned the recorder on
By
earlier.
golly, has it been that long? Yeah, it has.
Well, he doesn't want me taking his place too long, so I guess this will have to be quick because he said,
Yeah.
didn't want to be outshined.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be
Well,
back.
if we go long enough, he might show up.
Well, he'll have to text me if he does. So, all right. Anything going on?
Yeah.
Looks like we're getting ready for winter weather. Gonna have a few days of some pretty cold stuff anyway.
This is going to,
again. It's been cold the last few days.
last night, we found out that our church, our country church, they might already be closing her down for Sunday on just anticipation of the weather coming in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I knew it was going to the south, but I didn't realize.
Yeah, I think
I
they're
guess
supposed
we're going to
to.
have snow.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to get a lot more snow down southern Illinois.
Is that it?
Effingham South, I think is supposed to.
What are we going to get?
Well, they don't really know, but it didn't act like maybe 1 to 2 or something.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
Yeah.
No.
But
We'll see.
it's just supposed to be really cold for the next few days after that comes through. So
I was
I
just
just
thinking about it yesterday. I think it's good to have winter like we do. It teaches us patience.
yeah.
Yeah,
Patience.
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, and we put in did a lot of landscaping last year, and we're eager to see what comes up in the spring.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have winter, you wouldn't have spring.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So there's a silver lining.
The silver lining.
But we could use more moisture.
We could
Yes.
use a little more rain.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I'm surprised. I read something the other day how many inches of snow it
Yeah.
takes to make an inch of rain, and it's a lot.
About 10 inches.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something like that.
It depends on the snow, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
you get 6 or 8 inches of snow, and it might only amount to an inch or less of water.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I always recalled it was about 7 inches or so of snow to get close to an inch.
Hmm.
I was
We
reading
need to,
about the big snowfall that we had in '78. And I do remember that. I didn't remember exactly what year. I knew it was 78 to 80, but this article said it was 1978 that we had
Mhm.
that big snowfall. And I mean, it was a big time. I remember going out by the nursing home, and the Egyptian Trail was shut down, and there was a mound of snow at the end of it, right there at where the nursing home is, that was 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Where they
all along the dredge ditch out there on the east side of town, the on one side, on the north side, the drifts were 6 to 8 feet high. I
yeah
remember uh, Eric Adams and I went out there, and we dug out like an igloo, and where we could climb inside, and it's just like had like our own little snow igloo that had a lot of fun out there in
yeah
that big
I
snow.
was teaching in Arcola and they dismissed the school early. And I brought the women teachers from Tuscola that were teaching Arcola at that time. I brought them home with me. And I got on the interstate and I happened to look at my watch when I pulled on the interstate at Arcola, and I pulled off the interstate at Tuscola, and it was an hour and a half later.
Wow.
Took an hour and a half to get
Yeah.
that far on the interstate.
8
I mean,
miles.
it was something. It really was. Big snow.
Yeah.
Well, we ready to look at pictures?
That's it.
Sure.
1960 again this week. So there's the first one.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You don't see it?
No.
No.
Yeah, it is still cranking.
Okay.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
That's the old Doc
Deaver,
Doc,
isn't it?
Doc Deaver office building there on
Mhm.
the other end's Lemon and Lee,
Yeah,
but this is
Yeah.
the end. This end would have been the doctor's office end.
right. 57 Chevy on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maureen Deaver says she thinks this is when her dad planned to bring in Dr. John Hill as his partner, added 2 offices on the north side of the building, and in between was the main entrance and reception area,
Yep, that's true.
That's it.
designed by Carl Martin.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Who did that? I remember Carl Martin.
Ended up being King and Wills, didn't it?
Yes. King and Will's on this side and Lemon and Lee on the other side. And then
Mm-hmm.
now I see now it's a beauty shop on the
Yeah.
south end.
The one uptown, visual
Yeah.
image.
Isn't this where Mike had his office?
Yes.
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 Yes. He joined Lemon Moore and Carroll
Mm-hmm.
after Raymond left and went out on his own. And then I think Jim Lemna was probably the senior attorney
Mhm.
after when Mike got in there.
Yeah.
So it would just been him
Yeah.
and Emerson.
Another picture of it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the best. That's the bus service.
The tall guy on that end, Bud Weaver.
That's Bud Weaver, and the one on the far right's Ivan Tippett,
I'll be darned. Yeah.
who
wouldn't
also
have
acted as a city cop too, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did. I didn't realize that wouldn't recognize him there. I don't know I didn't recognize any of the kids though.
Yeah. Those adults all must have been the bus drivers, you suppose?
What was that? Blow that up just a little bit closer. Okay. Well, I was looking at the woman that was right next to Bud Weaver on the top row there. I thought that looked like Mrs. Moore.
Oh,
Who used to live
yeah.
across the road from Pangburns, but I don't think
it
that's
is.
I don't think that's who that is either.
Kathy Hinton Burnett says, second row, second from left, looks like Susan Hanners.
Susan Hanners. Susan Hanners was younger than we were, and these kids are. I don't know.
Well, these
Because
kids would
if
have
it
been.
is, it'd be
You think
class
these
of,
kids have been
class of
younger?
This was
70.
1960.
These
Oh,
kids would be younger
1960.
than us, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, that could be then. Those Susan Hanners. We were just talking to Judy the other day about her. Judy, her sister. Susan's deceased, and wasn't she? Didn't
Yeah.
she say she was
Yes.
deceased? And Bonnie was deceased, and her brother.
Mhm.
Bonnie passed away. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bonnie passed away a few years back.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just don't
surprised you don't
recognize-
have more names on this.
I'm surprised you
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
He's got the paper in hand.
Yeah,
think
I think there's several pictures from the paper here, and I think what these are from is the journal was there's a newspaper organization called ABC that audits circulation. It's the Audit Bureau of Circulation. Um, and the Journal was an audited paper. They would have somebody come in and verify their circulation, and Phil White would take pictures of them inspecting the paper supply and the print run and the equipment, and he would run an ad about the how his circulation was verified and audited, because the Review was not an ABC paper, so their circulation was not audited. So he was trying to say, you know, our circulation is real.
Oh, Jiminy, what a dispute. I'm sure Bob loved that.
Yeah. So we'll see some more journal pictures, but the interesting part for me is that it shows a lot of the inside of the old newspaper office.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and see, that doorway would have led you up above to where the moose lodge was.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Which is where
Which eventually
I
was
lived up
eventually
there
KFC.
I lived up there for a short time when Bob owned it.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be in the KFC though,
It wouldn't?
would it?
No, no, it was the
No.
moose.
It was a moose.
It was the moose up there, and the KFC was down a little bit farther to the east.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pointed out before, right behind me, this front of this old arcade game came out of that building.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have some names on this one.
That first one isn't Lois Kearns, is it? Lois Marsh Kearns?
That's what Linda Stark says, Lois Kearns, far left.
That's who it looked to me like.
And Donna Lamb says she thinks second from right is Edna Christine.
I believe
Well,
that
it's
might
possible.
be.
It's
And
possible.
Mickey
To Ellen's
McGuire.
mother.
Mickey McGuire says third from right, Dorothy Betzold, maybe. And Phyllis Burris says Lois Riddle, fourth from left.
Mhm.
The only one with Lois is the only one that I would know. Well, I knew who Edna Christine was, but I didn't know her at that time. No.
Well,
You know what? Is that Lucille Oy, the
I
tallest one?
was gonna say, you know, one person in this picture, but you may not recognize her.
It is Lucille. Yeah. Sure is.
Sure is.
So that's the only name I have on this one.
Great gal. Thought a lot of her.
School nurse for many years.
Many, many years.
Her son, John Oey, helps us out with the Remembering Tuscola page.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of our administrators. I don't have any names on this one.
Well, you know why? Because I'll bet that's an outing like 4-H that came to Tuscola to the park.
Probably.
From another town.
Could be all over the county.
Yeah.
Well, I don't recognize any of them. No. No.
That's a Tapool, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, just north of there.
Tracy Kahn Bovey thinks that top left second is Linda Staylor.
Linda, she was Linda Holmes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's the only.
That's 1950. There's a 59 Chevy. I recognize that. So you're pretty straight on about the 1960 being 1960 film. So, but I think Linda Holmes wasn't that much younger than that.
No.
She might have been a freshman.
Class of 67.
67, yeah. So that's why I wouldn't guess that I would say that's not her because of that, but I don't know. Yeah,
That's the old Darren,
yeah.
AKA Fred's Barber Shop.
I
Mike,
I
Mike,
delivered milk out of that building for Mike Payne when I do my student teaching, 3
yeah,
mornings a week.
originally owned by Bob Hausman.
Bob Hausman. Yeah.
Yeah, Carol Hausman says Bob owned and operated the company for many years. Used to be on Route 36. When he became sheriff, sold it to Mike Payne, and
Mhm.
Bob bought the business from Jim Rice, who was sheriff at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
that's all true.
So it must have been a strong sheriff connection with the milk company.
Well,
Yeah,
they had to have something to do when they weren't in office.
Well, Mike Payne wasn't sheriff, but he was in law enforcement or fire department
He was
anyway.
fire department.
His
Yeah.
son was
they
son was law
used the milk
enforcement.
company as a front.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
guess.
Good picture of the town
Yeah.
looking to the east.
Yeah, this one, I don't know if they got a new sign at the Journal office. There were several pictures. I didn't include all of them, but this one is a neat picture because it shows the Fullerton Bakery, or not bakery, the
Elevator.
elevator, and then it's got two depots in this picture.
Yeah, there's the B and O over there, and then this is the CNEI.
You can see the water tower in the background, and then you see
Did any of you happen to see there was a picture, and I don't know where it was again, probably online someplace, probably Facebook or something, but of the thing called the Doodle Bug, and it was an inner community train, and it ran. I don't know if it ran any farther between Villa Grove and Tuscola, but I do barely remember it. It said its last run was in 1962, but it was just a single car, passenger car. And whoever posted this talked about they remember riding it on its last run from Villa Grove to Tuscola. It was called the Doodle Bug.
Hmm. I don't remember that. Oh, we're laying pipe there.
You know, is that a water line pipe?
I suspicion it would be.
Yeah,
that'd be my guess.
maybe that. To 1960, could that have been a water line running from to the plant?
Well, I'm trying to find the plant in the background.
Or from the plant to Tuscola,
Yeah.
because we were getting water from the plant at one time, weren't we?
Right.
Yes.
Hmm.
This is my pictures are out of order from what's on my screen. This is just a flyer that the um, newspaper had that showed the printing press and the people.
Oh, yeah.
Just a kind of a promotional
Yeah.
kind of flyer. And there's the auditor using the water fountain that was in there. So you kind of see the inside of the Journal building.
Yeah.
Well, I will give credit to old Phil. You couldn't beat that insert picture page.
Mm-mm.
No, that was
Yeah.
pretty neat. Pretty neat.
People kept those for years. I bet you if I get
Yeah.
to looking around some of my stuff, I bet you I've got some.
And a few weeks ago we had a picture of people loading packages that looked like this into a building, and I speculated at that time that it was the newspaper office and that was paper for the newspaper, and this kind of confirms it. So
Yes.
this is how this is the same type of packaging. And I don't know what he's doing looking at the paper, but um, this is what the newsprint would, rather than on a roll like we do now. This was a flatbed press, and the paper
Yeah.
would come in big sheets and would get printed 2 pages at a time. And you can see on here that it's still true today. This paper came from Canada, which is where almost all the newsprint in America comes from.
And got all the timber.
They've got the timber and they've got the factories and
Yeah.
That's why it was it was kind of difficult when I had my papers a few years ago, when we had tariffs put on Canada, it included newsprint, and my printing costs went up 25%, but there's no place in America you could buy newsprint.
Yeah.
There's only one paper mill in America, as far as I know, that produces newsprint, and it's out on the West Coast.
Hmm.
So it was, and they don't have the capacity to supply newsprint to everybody. And with newspapers being a declining industry, nobody's building a $1 billion plant to
Nope.
produce newsprint. So we were stuck paying higher prices for the newsprint.
Yeah.
Looks like on the paper in that man's pocket, it says end of school.
Mhm.
I can't see that. This.
And there he is, checking the press out.
Yeah, I think I may have mentioned at one time, Mom used to write for the Review
Okay.
back in the 50s. And I can remember going up there on the nights that they were printing the paper, and that was quite an operation to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This press was probably still there, probably burned up in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any comments on this one.
Well, that's Dr. Baker, second from the left, back row.
Yes, it is.
And Mrs. Baker
Oh, it
would
is.
be,
Right in
Yes.
front of him.
no,
I don't think so.
well, I think she's more over to the far right, and that's her. Did they have a?
Oh, yeah, it is. That's her.
Yeah.
All the way over to the far right.
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah.
I recognize her now.
Yeah. Dr. Baker never changed.
Mhm.
No.
Trying to think where they live.
I know where his office was.
Well, I do too, but I don't remember where they lived in town.
I don't either. They went to
Did they live
Presbyterian
on
Church.
Pembroke, just east of the school? And I don't know
Possibly,
why.
you mean down there towards where Nucio's lived?
Yeah, in that area. Yeah, I can't remember for sure, but for some reason I'm thinking that.
Well,
I don't know.
I tell you what, I've got a 1958 phone book. We can
There you
probably
go.
find out.
There you
I'll
go.
go
You
dig it.
did.
You guys are talking. I'll go dig it out.
this is the front of the Presbyterian Church.
Yes.
And this guy was the same one that was
In
the
that
back
picture,
in this picture.
It sure is, isn't it?
Yeah.
he wasn't the regular preacher, though, at that church. At that time, it would have been, I don't know if it was Robert Sterrett, and then Wallace Wadlin came and was there for a number of years. So I don't know who this is.
There they are again.
Yeah.
Dr. Baker have children, Bob?
Not that I was aware of.
Guy kind of
Maybe
looks
so.
like Dr. Baker, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Huh.
Janice Swihart says
Yeah.
he thinks it's Dr. Baker on the right and his wife on the left.
On the left. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it
I
was
don't
just
know. Would that have been family of the minister?
well, evidently it might have been the interim or something of that nature. I don't know.
I didn't know if this was a ministerial robe or a graduation robe.
I think it's ministerial. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, now there's Bob Sterrett on the far right. I do
Right.
recognize him. I don't know.
Well, I don't know, is that the, what do you call, I don't know if they call him the bishop or whatever they call him in the church, the Presbyterian church, maybe, the other guy?
Uh, I don't believe so. Maybe there was a period of time when they were interviewing or, having them come in and preach and then
Sure.
decide upon someone from that time Presbyterian,
Yeah.
because, it was that church, like every church in Tuscola, was large, had a large population.
Yes, yes.
I'll have to go back in the old papers and see if I can find these pictures.
Okay, this Doc Baker, I've got this May of 1958 Tuscola Villa Grove phone book, and it says Dr. A.B. Baker. It was in Austin, wasn't that his name?
Yes.
Austin Baker.
Yes.
Lived at
Yes.
412. It lived at 412 East Van Allen.
Oh, shoot, that's down by me.
Yeah.
It's just, well, that would be just right over here.
Well,
You know what? He would have lived in Chuck Brewer's house.
Okay, that's the picture. When you look at that, it looks like the front of that Chuck
Well, the
Brewer house.
number on the house is that
Yeah.
412?
Yeah, and that's where they lived
That's
then.
it, isn't it?
Okay.
Across from Van Boris's?
Just to the west, across the street.
Yeah, across
yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well, Linda Brewer still owns that house.
Yes, she does.
And her kids lived there at one time.
Well, the girl passed away,
Right, and the girl passed away, and I think the grandson may live there part of the time. So that's where Dr. Baker lived then. So that would have been taken right in front of that house.
That's it.
Huh.
Boy, there's an old fire truck.
Yes, it is.
I remember that truck.
Yep. Don't know where that's. I don't know where that is, but. Huh.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I know what that's all about.
I know what that's all about too.
Yeah. That's the Mel's Drive-In.
Mel's Drive-In building.
Yeah.
Flooding.
That's it. Driving through on the Egyptian Trail.
Yeah, the old ditch and flood.
Yeah.
Scattering forks.
Yep.
And it's scattered.
And there you go.
There you got Kahneman Furniture, and you got Mel's Drive-In, and then on the other side of Mel's would be the Egyptian Trail Road.
Yeah.
And then you got Bill Alvis had a Standard Oil station there on the corner.
Yeah.
And
then
then
that big old brick building.
Yeah, Addie McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Addie McDonald owned that house there, and then on the other side of that, which you can't see, was what they call Ida's Gift Shop.
Yeah, Ida's gift shop. I remember it well. Kahneman's. Now, did we say last week that Rob Kahneman had passed away?
Yes.
So Kahneman's is where Graber's is now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Well, so is actually where Mel's Drive-In is, just about the parking lot, the west parking lot of Graber's for the construction.
Right.
Okay, so the gas station here is where Dutch Hutch was?
No, that's where that Mel's Drive-In was.
Okay, Mel's Drive-In.
Carl
Clinic empty lot is where that Standard station is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this road has changed a lot.
Yes, they changed it a lot.
Yeah, this would be Niles over here on the front. And so it just kind of jogs over this way now. So there's still a gas station there on that corner.
Yeah, there is no gas station there anymore. That Standard station.
Not the Standards, but this other one on the right is still.
Oh yeah, that was a Thompson mobile station.
I think so.
When I was young, it was Plateline 500.
No, that's on the other side of the road.
And that was Bus Martin's on the west side.
On this side, the one that you're seeing the sign for It sat right there on the
Mhm.
southwest corner of the Mooney property
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this all, I remember this. Remember going down and riding on an inner tube on that flood down through there back in about the 1960s.
So
It was just right at the doorway or real close to the doorway of Ferguson Motors.
okay, so this lower right-hand corner then is not Niles. Niles will be on the other side of that gas
Black
station.
sign. It's on the other
Okay.
side of that black sign. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where that is.
Well, you know, it seems like I was working at DeKalb when this happened. Right there at that little
You would have
bridge.
been, yeah, in 1960. Is that bridge that good in 1960?
Oh, that's a pretty good bridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And
Tim Holt says he thinks it's the bridge on on South Washington Street.
I don't think, yeah, I thought it was too at one time, but Bill Deem's house, I don't know when he built his house, but it would have been behind that building there. And that building, if anything, would have been Doc Smith's vet clinic.
Yeah, that would have been, I was going to say back where that building is would be Doc Smith's. But what I was going to say is, Bob, do you remember when your dad had the station there
Yes.
just down from the bridge? Uh, an old man drove his car into that ditch and drowned.
We sure did.
That was the Ficklin Street Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember him being down there and
Yes.
working at DeKalb, and they pulled that fellow out of the car. He drowned in that car.
But that was that would have been quite a few years after this picture.
That was about
70s.
1972, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well, I remember that happening, and I didn't move back to town till 73. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's
See,
the
I
right
don't
bridge.
recognize this building.
Well,
Do you
I think
know
it would, if anything, it would have been his, but I'm
Well-
surprised. I don't know when Bill built that house behind Bill
Okay.
Dean.
Did Doc Smith have a metal building behind his place?
Yes. Yes,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
It's
Okay.
still there. In fact, it flooded.
Yeah,
It
that's
flooded
right.
so many times
That's
that they put about 4-foot concrete
Yes.
floor in it.
Yeah.
Just to
That's
keep
right.
it out of the water, because he used to sell animal feed and stuff out of there, and it was always getting flooded. And they finally, the only way they could resolve it
Let's see. So that's
is to put
that
4
we
foot
don't
of
know.
concrete in it.
Depends on how that's coming.
Do we
Yeah,
know?
Well,
that could be. That could be.
It's possible, but I just don't think that's the right
But that's
bridge.
not. Yeah, because Billy's house would be back in.
No,
here,
it was
wouldn't
directly behind this.
Okay.
Billy's house. It would be about where that old building there is. That's why I'm not convinced that that's Washington Street, because
No,
I don't
I'm
remember
not
that bridge ever being that good.
Because
So
I'm
late.
going to drive down there today and check
This-
that out.
Yeah.
Let's
this
see.
appears that scattering forks or whatever that is coming directly from the west. And doesn't it wind back around towards the north?
I don't know.
Scotty Forks goes clear down behind Graber's.
Well, no, I'm talking about this being down by DeKalb.
Oh,
On the Washington, on
On
Washington
on
Street.
that side.
Yeah. Doesn't
Yeah.
that wind back around north? And it looks like it's going straight west.
No, if you were at Bill Dean's house, it goes straight west from there and underneath the railroad tracks, and then
Okay,
it
and
bends
then it
back.
goes
Yeah.
Then it goes back. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometime when you go over the overpass, you can look down now and you can see where it is.
Yeah.
Do we know who the kid is?
No.
No,
Kevin Connor tagged Chris Hill, but didn't look like Chris.
that's not
Boy.
Chris, is it?
It's possible. He lived right down the street. Chris lived in a little house there at the corner of, well, it's been torn down and a new house built there, but it's at the corner of, what is that? Well, it'd be Washington. And is that Scott? The Nile is you got Pinson, and then you got a Scott. Is that right?
I don't know how old.
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
So
Yeah.
Chris lived in a house at the corner of Scott and Washington on the northeast corner.
That's
How
what
how old is Chris?
right?
How old is Chris?
Yeah,
Well,
I've forgotten.
he's about 66, 67
because
years old now.
He might even be older than that now. You know, time gets away from us.
Well,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
So that would make him, if that's the case, if this was 19,
this
well,
is 1960, so this is 65 years old anyway.
I'd say that
and
kid's probably 12
could be
13.
that could be Chris. Very easily could be.
God dang.
So Chris would have to be in his 70s if this is Chris.
Get a cramp.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now you're right. We'll have to drive down there and take
Yeah.
a look at that now to see what that is.
Another picture of Mel's Drive-In flooded.
Yeah.
Pontiac.
The old Mel's Drive-In was quite a hangout for the
Oh
teenagers.
man,
Yes, it
Saturday
was.
night.
Yeah.
You bet.
Drive through there. I was hitting up Phil Morris the other day about a story about Mel's Drive-In, and it goes back to him, and he was a senior, I think. He and Bob Travis, Gunnar Taylor, and those guys, and they did the old deal where they put Travis in the trunk of the car, and they'd run ketchup down his arm, and they let him drive. They drove around town with that arm hanging out the back of the car. And they drove through Mel's Drive-In, you know, and the whole deal. And I still remember that story. And he said, "Yeah, that was their class, 1960. They did that." So.
Oh man.
You better walk it out.
Yeah. Can't roll full.
Eat a banana, Bob.
Yeah, eat
no
a
kidding.
banana. Have a donut. Have a donut. Donut will do it.
I think more of the pipe laying pictures.
Yeah.
Now this looks more like maybe sewer line.
Yes, it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
Yeah. That 1960. I don't know when Southland Acres was that about that time frame.
Oh, I can't tell you.
I can't remember. Well, late 50s. I think they started. I think Mike Pangburn told me that his dad built that house out there in 58.
It's pretty deep, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. That's right. And pretty old equipment there too. Well, that's a water plant there.
Yeah.
Yep. So I wonder with this new water plant building, if this is water line that they're putting in that.
Yeah. Could be.
This is the counter on the press.
Wow.
I'll show you how many
copies you made?
How many copies? Yeah.
Hmm.
There
Wasn't
is
even digital.
Now, Chubb Connor says that's Leonard Bunting.
No.
No, I don't think so. Well, boy, that looks like
by God, it is.
It sure does.
But I think of Leonard Bunting with that white hair, and that certainly looks like his smile, though, doesn't it? I mean,
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But what would he be?
What business was he in?
Country companies.
He was an insurance agent later.
So this probably wasn't ABC audit then. It was probably for insurance purposes.
Well, that's possible.
Well, now let me ask you, David, who'd you say identified that as Leonard Bunting?
Chubb Connor.
Chubb Connor.
Boy, it sure looks like him, but I think of him with white hair.
Rudy Huber says his dad always called him Button.
Buttons.
So
Bill always had a nickname for people.
Yeah.
Bill
You
had
know,
a
I-
nickname for everyone.
I think it is, but I didn't realize, and maybe he was working for another outside agency before he became an insurance agent too.
Well, it looks like the writing on that says credit report. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, it looks enough like him though.
It looks like the same picture we saw before.
But
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
that- yeah, I
Side,
can't.
That doesn't look like the same guy.
that doesn't look like the same guy.
Well,
I
but
mean, it
it's the
doesn't look
same
like
hat.
Leonard Bunny from the side.
You know. That doesn't look like Leonard either.
No.
No, it doesn't.
But that's Phil White on the right.
Yeah.
We
Oh, yeah.
we got that part right.
Yeah, we got old Phil.
You can't miss Phil.
No, you can't miss him.
Still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any comments on this one. That's what's that ruler called? That was
Slide
That's
rule.
slide
slide
rule.
rule.
Mhm.
Never could figure out.
I never could figure out them either.
I remember my brother had one in high school, and didn't know anything about them really. So I didn't know if this was at the school but I don't have any comments on it.
Yeah.
Well, now I got a couple of these maybe.
Is that a Hediger on the second from the right?
Second from the right,
That looks like a
looks like a
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Wilhelm?
Then
Joe
that's
Joe Wilhelm.
Steve Leonard in the center,
Yeah. The other
and then
Steve
that's
Leonard.
Tommy Lewis standing next to him, looking straight up in the air. The
That's
blonde
Kenny Hediger on the far left.
on the
Looks
far
like Kenny.
left, Kenny, and you
Looks
might
like
be
it.
right. Yeah, but that I'm pretty sure about Steve Leonard and Tommy Lewis, Judy's brother.
Yeah. But that's Joe. I'm pretty sure that's Joe Wilhelm.
I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Then I think you're probably right on that Steve Leonard. I didn't know him as well as I know the other Steve Leonard, but
Yeah.
I love this picture though. That is a Americana picture right there.
yeah,
That's outside of Gus's.
looks like it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh, Bucko.
there he
Chuck
is.
Charlie
Whalen.
Whalen. That girl, that one is last name was Moore, and the other girl's name I think her name was Fuller.
Sandy Fuller and Ruth Ann Moore.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Jiminy.
Who is that? What's on that car there?
P&H
Says-
Motors.
Oh, P&H. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. P&H Motors.
Okay, Bucko said, "Get in, girls."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't have any comments on this one either.
That at the hotel.
Kind of looks
Yeah,
like
that's like at the old hotel.
It's that front waiting room on the
Yep.
south side. Have no idea what they're signing up for.
Either.
Can't be good.
looks like she's writing a check.
Can't be good.
No.
Good one, Bob.
Maybe signing up to go to school.
Yeah.
I've got several pictures of this farming operation, but I don't have any comments. I don't know who it is. But it's a nice picture of 1960 harvest.
It looks like a soybean.
Oh man, has the combines changed?
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think, is that wheat?
Hmm. I think they're cutting wheat. That it's almost a thresher-like apparatus. Probably that only take like 3 rows or 4 rows.
Probably.
Yeah.
That take all day long. And you're out there in that sun. Whew.
Yeah.
You know who that is? I'll bet you. Don't that recognize her? That lady is Mrs. Breen.
I am that one.
Oh, you
Or that
mean you know what?
Charlie Breen's
Charlie
wife.
Breen is
Charlie
what I think.
Breen.
I don't recognize the man, and because I don't remember if I knew Charlie Breen or not.
They're out awful early though.
But I think that looks like Mrs. Breen.
They're
Wow.
harvesting pretty early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
boy.
envelope said July.
Yeah.
Pardon?
The envelope said
Those-
July.
July?
That may be wheat.
Well, I think it was.
Yeah.
Probably wheat.
That guy looks familiar.
Yes, he does.
Guy on the far right does.
Yes. Yes.
Well, this guy does too.
Yeah, I know. That guy looks like that minister that was in the
A little bit, doesn't he?
Presbyterian church, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Who is that on the right, though?
Did he work at, gosh, is that the
Work
guy
at
that
Century
gas
Motors?
company or Century?
That's not Herman Slutsky, is it?
Boy,
I don't know. I really don't know.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't have any names.
Gosh, is that guy?
It's too bad Mike's not here. He could make up a name for the guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that's it.
Well, that's
Whoa.
Bill Englehardt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I recognize him.
I see you too.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Good pictures, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought those were fun pictures.
Yeah.
Well, the way that used to flood out there on Route 36 is still a memory. You know?
There's one picture that for some reason didn't show up, but I've got it here on
Well, is
Yeah.
that a decal?
that's what I thought.
I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
Huh. No, that's not that's not decal.
I don't think it is either because that building's
No.
too tall for decal buildings.
That's almost like that building down there on Carico. But it was kind of stucco,
yeah.
you know.
Then that could be it. That's
The truck
And that
says
could-
Tuscola.
That would have been
That was a-
Texaco.
it was a Texaco bulk
Bulk
plant down
plant.
there at one time. I bet that is. You know where we were talking about at the corner of Carico and North Central?
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
the ironing board plant.
Yes.
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 That was a Texaco bulk
Bulk
plant
plant
at one time.
Well, those look like they could be oil tanks.
Yes, they do.
Hmm.
I don't remember. Gosh, I don't remember how long that was there.
I don't even
This could be-
remember.
This could be them dismantling it.
In 1960.
By the way, we've all seen a lot of changes.
Just a little, yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Gee, me.
But you know the good thing about the changes, every once in a while I'll sit down and watch Jeopardy,
Yeah.
and I'm amazed at how much stuff I know, especially when they're talking about historical things.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed at how much knowledge you accumulate in your lifetime,
Mhm.
and it's really I was never interested much in history when I was taking history classes. but I'm a lot more interested in it now than I
Yeah.
was then. So.
I'm just a
Well,
little surprised. It seems like we get more comments online from 19 mid 50s pictures than we do 1960. So
Yeah.
Well, they're older.
Well, they got the time to look at that stuff and
mhm.
do all that. So that'll probably change as time goes on. And
Yeah.
as our memories get worse, somebody will be picking up on that.
Well, one thing about it is just as well. Mike wasn't here today. He wouldn't have enjoyed the show because I didn't see Kitty Kish once.
No,
That's
you're
true.
right.
Yeah.
Or any of the other girls he had dated once.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the other girls one time.
Yeah.
probably had a picture of his old law office though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
Well, you see, we miss him. You know, he'll know now if he watches this how much we miss him.
Yeah,
Well, he'll have to watch it.
Hmm.
yeah. This one won't pass. He's got to watch.
Yeah.
He's afraid something was said about him.
Yeah, well, we could say a lot more.
Yeah, we could. Enjoyed it though, David. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, Mike had a good article in the paper this week
Oh yeah.
Yes.
on the MIA soldier
Mhm.
identified.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I asked him how he got that information. He had to do some fast research on that one.
Yeah.
Got to go back and read the Buckley article now that you
Yeah,
guys talk about.
you gotta read that. It's really,
Yeah,
sad.
that's man,
Very
that's
sad.
and Pete Buckley is really a nice fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure seemed to be.
Other than that, that's about the extent of what I know.
All right.
Bob, we'll get those Warriors back into the game here soon. A
Well,
lot
I
of
tell you,
competition.
I've never seen anything like I saw Tuesday night.
I heard it was the worst refereed basketball game of all time. Is that true?
Yes. And you know, Bill, and I'm sure you've heard it too. You always hear people complain about the refereeing and how it cost it a game and all this sort of stuff. I have never been involved in something like that
I'll be
until
darned.
Tuesday night. But all that being said, we were 6 out of 9 from the free throw line, and they were 24 out of 36.
That's a great disparity.
Yes. But so I don't know what you'd heard, but it came down to about the last 25 seconds. We had made a free throw and went up 2, missed the second free throw. So we're up 2 with less than 30 seconds to play. Warrensburg, there's so much that happened. I'll just piece it together. But Warrensburg came down. They ended up getting about an 8-foot baseline shot off with under 10 seconds to go. The ball hit the rim, bounced on the rim, then hit the floor. A Warrensburg kid picked it up. One of our boys knocked it out of his hands from behind. And then another one of our boys picked the ball up, took a dribble, and was tied up. Well, while all this was going on, from the time the Warrensburg kid got the rebound, the time clock stopped at 1.7 and was stopped for 2 seconds. When he finally stopped it, it was 0.3. There still had not been any official calls at that point until the 3 referees got together and came out of it and said they had a foul called. Well, they called the foul on Dylan Graves, who was the one that got tied up. There was no way he fouled anybody. So it had to have gone back to when the kid poked the ball out, which was at least 5 or 6 seconds prior to that. Terrible, just terrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, because they called the foul on Dylan. the kid that had him tied up was not the one that shot the free throw. It was the other kid that had the ball knocked out.
Comedy of errors.
Oh, it's terrible. Just terrible.
It was.
But as Bo said in practice on Wednesday, it's over. We got to move on.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I see nothing but good things for them having some of this competition and been in these situations down the road.
Well, let's put it to us. There's not any of the 3 games that we played and got beat that we shouldn't have won or couldn't have won.
I watched the Teotopoulos game on the high school network thing.
I did too.
Fabulous game. Fabulous. You know, and the environment was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Always, and you know, those people down there are as nice as can be. Of course, they beat everybody, so they don't have a reason to be mad.
They're always beating them.
Yeah.
But they're good people.
Yeah, they
I
are.
can't say that about some of the others, but and we should have beat Unity. But here again, in all 3 games, the free throw discrepancy was just ungodly in all 3 of them. But I'm not saying we didn't foul. But I'm
36 to 9, no, is that's huge.
Yes, it is.
That's 4 to 1.
Well, Kurtz sat out the entire second quarter because he had 3 fouls called on him in the first quarter. And in the second quarter, we had 3 sophomores, a junior, and a senior on the floor, and actually expanded the lead. So Kurtz had 2 points in the first half and ended with 19.
Your 3 sophomores played well at Teotopoulos.
Yes, they did.
That was a very positive thing.
You know, those kids are not afraid of anything.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they're gonna be tremendous.
Go get them. Well, it's always fun to watch. And of course, at this point in time, Carol will tell you about the story at Oakland when they brought the referees out of the stands and he got a foul on the jump ball. He's jumping, he got a foul. Start the game. We were in trouble.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Unbelievable.
Well, I'm about ready to grab something here to eat. Getting a little hungry. Poor Bob had a cramp.
Yeah, Bob had a cramp. I offered him a donut and he didn't even take it.
Oh, I thought it was a pretty good price that you offered it at.
Yeah, that's the thing. He always wants something.
Yeah.
I still owe him lunch for his birthday.
There you go.
Oh, gosh, I'd almost forgot about that. I've got how long ago that's been.
Yeah, I'll probably owe you double for the interest.
Interest on the donut on the.
We talk about little buildings on Remembering Tuscola. Remember the little building where Steve Leonard's little shop is now? That used to be Zane's Bakery.
Zane's Bakery, yes, it did. Yeah, it was pretty good too.
Oh boy, it was good.
Yeah. There's a guy, I don't know if you've guys heard me talk about before. There's a guy called, I think it's called Grazing Gus or something like that. And he travels around the Midwest, mainly east to west, about the middle part of the state. And he goes to all these different restaurants and coffee shops and donut shops and that kind of stuff. And he sort of rates them on their quality of their food and service and all that kind of. It's pretty interesting to watch it. I know he was at Bob's. Last one I saw, he was out here at 57 Diner, but he was also down at Bob's in my favorite spot, which is Holy Moly Donuts down at Mattoon.
Oh yeah,
and he gave them a pretty good rating, and I had to make a comment that I agreed. I thought they were the best in this area. I thought they were really good. So.
Aren't they the ones that are closest to what we call Dixie Cream?
Well, they are. They are. The name of their store is called Holy Moly Donuts, but they are a Dixie No, yeah, it's a Dixie Cream. They're a Dixie
Yeah,
Cream
Dixie Cream.
franchise. They're a Dixie Cream franchise.
That's why.
And they really are about as close to what we used to have here at Dixie Cream as anything I've had. And
Man.
my youngest brought me up some donuts from Dixie Cream down at West Frankfort. They still have a Dixie Cream down there, and he was coming through, and he stopped and picked up some donuts, and they were good. The gals here, wasn't it Becky's buddies that used to get? Bob would go down. He and Gary Kappas would drive to Effingham and meet this guy who'd come up from West Frankfort, and they'd get several dozen donuts, and then they'd sell them for a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And
oh,
do
neat.
that. So
Well,
that's it. That's the guy. Yeah.
that was terrific.
Yeah.
Boys, I enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
Good day.
All right.
Good day for you.
We'll see
Good
you
day.
next week on Remembering Tuscola. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yep.